Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've got your cup of tea. Cheers. Right now, I'm chilling in the truck. And basically, literally chilling in the truck because it's actually quite cold. So thankfully, I've got this wonderful cup of chamomile to warm my soul. What are we doing here today, right? Well, I wanted to touch on one of the ways that your perspective influences all of the reality that you experience. So, for example, if you were to take into consideration the most beautiful song that you have ever heard in your life, and you think of why that song has such significance to you, there's going to be all kinds of memories that come to mind. Well, when I listen to this song, it reminds me of a time when I was with my friends and we had such an amazing night together. Or maybe it's a sad song and there's a different memory attached to it. Or maybe it's an angry song and so on and so forth. But basically, there's some kind of experience of life attached to whatever the particular piece of art is. It could be anything. And that experience that you have, which is going to differ from someone else who listens to that song, provides you with a particular relationship to that piece of art. Now, that doesn't mean that someone who hasn't had an amazing experience while listening to that song can't also really enjoy it. But the depth of the experience that that person is going to have compared to yours is going to be totally different. Really, where I'm trying to go with this is that the wisest man in the world could sit down with you, have a conversation about everything that you've been seeking answers for. But if within yourself you are not ready to receive the information, the words are just a potential. The wisest man in the world, his words are just a potential. And such is with every single thing in existence. Because the higher up you go the ladder, let's call it, of consciousness, you realize that there is no such thing as good or bad. On certain planes of existence, yes. But the ultimate truth is that things just are. So, as with sitting down and having an attachment to that song, feeling it so deeply, as with sitting down with the wisest man in the world, and even his words are merely just a potential, the beauty that you perceive in life, the depth of someone's words, it all comes down to what's inside of you. For example, I've been listening to, I love hip-hop for many different reasons. One of the main reasons, just to give you a bit of a background on why I have such a love for it, is it really is the music of freedom, in my opinion. Of a type of freedom that most people aren't even able to conceive of. Not even remotely, fractionally conceptualize of. And yes, there are many bands that have come and gone through various genres, but hip-hop in its origination was to free the people, was to uplift the community, and bring about a new experience of consciousness so that the community could grow beyond where they were. To me, that's just incredible. So anyways, I have this love for hip-hop, and especially for Gang Starr, the guru of Gang Starr. I seriously believe is the greatest wordsmith to have ever graced the planet. Again, for so many reasons. One of them being that, for myself, within what he has written, I find an ultimate reflection. Yes, of myself, which is really what all of reality is, isn't it? It's you. So I'll leave it at that. For me, it brought me ultimate reflection of who I was and what I was doing with my life and what I was creating. And there have been multiple times where I would bring up certain lyrics to people and ask them, what do you think that this meant? Because they also listen to hip-hop, they also listen to Gang Starr. But they only had maybe, I shouldn't say only, because we're all experiencing life at our own pace, on our own paths. They had one definition, let's say, of a particular sentence, whereas I might have had 13 or 14. But that's just who I have cultivated in my character, my human being. Is somebody who doesn't like to just scratch the surface of things and just leave it at that. I really like to go as deeply as I possibly can and stretch my mind to its absolute limits. Stretch my wisdom to its absolute limits. And I've certainly stretched this video out. I really just wanted to come on here and say plainly that your experience of life is completely up to you. The depth of someone's words is only as deeply as you're able to reflect on your own life. The beauty of the Mona Lisa is only present for those who are able to appreciate such a thing. Not everybody, I guarantee you that not every human being looks at the Mona Lisa and thinks that it's such an amazing painting that it deserves to be protected until the end of time. And that's the way things are, you know. at least from what I'm able to understand about life thus far, is that every moment is a choice. You know, I could leave these spaces in the video, leave it completely uncut, and trust that the right people will find it, and that they'll find comfort in the space between the words and the space between the thoughts. The cold's really setting in now. I didn't plan on being out here this long. Or, you know, I could edit the video. I could see this moment of my life as inadequate in some way, and that in order to please the algorithm, in order to reach the most amount of people I can with this particular message, that in every moment you have a choice, and in every moment you can make something beautiful, in every moment you can make something. The mystery, the great mystery of life, and that you can unpack that great mystery of life, and you can discover the greatest truths by just sitting there, and by just thinking about how this car came to be, this truck came to be. That is an incredible consideration, because no matter where it is that you look in reality, you are seeing the entirety of all of history. Because in order for you to be here right now, you had to have had an ancestor. They had to have had an ancestor. So on and so forth, all the way back. And with that ancestor came a different time, a different version of Earth to experience. So on and so forth, or so on and so backward, I guess. You go until you realize that your ancestors reached the very beginning of time, and that this vehicle is an expression of infinity. And so are you, being able to sit here and watch this. So yeah, I could play the algorithm, edit the video, make sure that every second is filled with the most profundity that I can muster. Or I can leave it as life truly is. Or at least, because you know you're watching this through a device, at least leave it as close to as natural as possible. And trust that because I'm valuing the moment, that because I'm valuing the experience of my own life, that the right people will see it. That the right people will understand what I'm trying to say. That it's all about love. Well, to be honest, I do have a bit of nervousness now. Scratch that. Stay present. I don't need to go into the past. I don't need to doubt myself. I don't need to do any of that. Just another part of the programming trying to come back. The old programming trying to come back. Oh man, yeah, I'm freezing my jibs off out here, so I'm gonna head off now. If you saw this, and you stayed through to the end, even with all the pauses, you're probably a fantastic individual. And I hope that you would subscribe to this channel, that you would like the video, that you would leave a comment, because you're probably super chill. And the purpose of me producing these videos, if you look up Revolutionize Reality in our mission statement, the purpose is to find those people who align with the energy of evolving human consciousness and who are ready to actually take the steps in their own lives to better themselves. Pardon me. To come back to the collective and make the greatest impact that they possibly can, to influence the rest of humanity, to guide them into a newer way of living. Sorry, not newer. I guess it would be new to a lot of people, but no, it is newer, because nothing like what is coming has ever happened before. Revolutionized Reality is looking to create a physical community. So what I want to do, I shouldn't even say I. What we are going to do is build a retreat center that has all of the most advanced healing technologies in combination with the ancient technologies, such as specific meditation, specific breathing methods, specific yoga movements, and these sorts of things. This will become, the retreat center will inevitably become the central location of a new version of human society. From this central location, literally building outwards and perhaps even a circular kind of grid, will become a new city or a new village where the exploration of consciousness or the optimization of your health is the central objective. If you've stayed this far, you've heard that, and you're thinking, damn, I want to be a part of something like that. Again, subscribe, like, leave a comment, send me a message. Let's see if we can work together. I got tons of projects on the go I could seriously use some help with. I can't do it alone. I don't want to do it alone. And I know I haven't exactly shared everything in this video, but there will be more videos to come. I'm literally going to do I don't even know how many slides of a PowerPoint it's going to be, but I'm actually going to do a full-on presentation and post that as the first video for the channel. There's an introduction video you can post on your channel, and it's going to detail everything, all of the projects that are being worked on with Revolutionized Reality, where it's going to go, how it's going to come to be. I'm shivering, man. But I gotta get the message out first. And you know what? Yeah, I'll leave it there. I trust that for the people who stayed this long, you've gained some sort of value from this. And I hope that you go on for the rest of your day, for the rest of your life, making the best choices you possibly can to experience the best life you possibly can. Cheers.